Some of you are getting the vibration that it's time for a break. And when I say break, it's like a break in a partnership, relationship, friendship. For some of you, it's something that you know is no longer working. This is love that has reached its like an aerial view of things that aren't working. Some of you are dealing with a partner or someone who is very histrionic in nature. It feels like the energy of someone who just really wants to be pushy. Someone who's impulsive. They have these expectations. This can be someone who is argumentative in nature, just in general, pushy. Some of you feel chained to this person, so it feels like relationship. Feels like knowing it's like knowing all of what to expect from someone with bad behavior. For some of you, this is dealing with someone who has other chemical imbalance issues. It feels like interacting with this person requires, well, the appearance of weakness and insecurity. Feels like that's what they breed, what they bring to the situation. For some of you, this feels like knowing it's time to free yourself from a situation, but experiencing some level of restriction, confusion. You might be feeling powerless. Advice. Advice here is the Sun. This is awareness of a situation. Taking your sadness, negativity, depression for some. It's having awareness of the situation so it can be fixed. The King of Pentacles here. Some of you feel financially chained to this person or this energy. It's understanding that continuing this cycle with this person only creates more loss. This is dealing with a greedy person, someone materialistic. So you have this knowledge, and then you have the awareness that you're dealing with somebody who's just angry, bitter, someone who's just reckless. The devil, goodness. It's time to restore control of self. Maybe you can't control what others do, but you can control the decisions you make. For some of you, it's needing to release someone in your life who is bad and you know it. Doing that comes out, brings you the Wheel of Fortune as a choice. This is something you must choose. And the Wheel of Fortune brings a turning point. It stops things from happening that feel like they're out of your control at this point. It's choosing to leave the sorrows to the others who really kind of need to learn lessons without you. It's the energy of being aware that you need to move on, heal. Here is the Emperor. This is the Son of the Morning. It's moving away from selfish people, selfish situations, leaving the past behind, to say the least. It's ending cycles of oppression. How? Clarify the actions. Wow. Okay, the actions of moving past this, some of you, if this is resonating, you've forgotten that you do possess abundance on your own. It's clarity, accepting that you don't need someone else to complete you in any way. Some of you got with somebody who, in a really twisted way, set out to kind of take you off your pedestal, take power away from you, to stop your build and growth. Three of Cups is here. This is the Lord of Abundance. This must be chosen, because without it, you just experience more greed, more haterisms, hateration. This is, for some of you, realizing that the desire to have community, or work within group settings, or friendship, or for some relationships, wanting that thing only seem to bring in the wrong people, the wrong energies. Instead of people looking to share a cup, they were looking to have their cups filled by you. Someone saw your strength and wanted to stop it. And this is a fixed energy that you were dealing with. This person wanted to see you experience a loss in happiness. So what awaits this person or this energy who really just didn't want, who wanted to stop the line and create a timeout for you? What is waiting for them when you extract yourself from this situation? Okay, well, first, this person was already suffering the sadness of knowing that their greatness, their achieving capabilities, their abilities to build, manifest, those things were limited because they already had a war within themselves, and then a war with anyone else that they got close enough to. But what awaits them is the Seven of Swords. This is the person left to their own devices, the person who eventually has to come clean, be honest at some point about their contribution. The Lord of the Winds and Breezes, the Knight of Swords, is somebody who, well, logic will escape this person. It just does, okay? And that will lead them to situations where they'll be always dealing or subjected to the opinions of the others. That can be with work, relationships, the way they think. This will be the way people talk about this person. I mean, listen, it's like needing to move away from someone who has a spiritual odor about them. And it isn't pungent. It's not a friendly odor. The card even looks smelly. And it's, you know, this quick in, thoughtless, out energy. And then the Seven of Swords is the Lords of unstable effort here. So this person just, this is what they do. They're like a spin cycle of energy that doesn't take accountability for what they do. This person probably also has some type of addiction. I do also feel like this person needs to experience something. What I just heard was nuclear. Okay. Ooh. And the last judgment is here. Spirit of the primal fire. Wow. You have 7 of Wands here. This person becomes overwhelmed. The aggression they push out on others, that comes back to this person. And it actually forces them to deal with themselves. It creates challenges, situations that they no longer are able to trust. Feels like they manifest a return of what they put out. It's like a natural cycle of energy. In the 8 of Pentacles, we have the Lord of Prudence. This is someone who gets knowledge of themselves, and they experience themselves in detail. Great detail. A new cycle begins for this person. Passions run out. They lose inspiration to be deceiving or aggressive. And then there's financial loss. So the advice coming out of this is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, it's on the move, as far as I'm concerned. It's, for those of you resonating with this, moving to higher ground, better place if necessary. It's having a higher level of knowledge about what needs to happen. It's something you've already looked at, you've analyzed it, wrote it out, charted it out. You realize you're dealing with a situation where someone's not being, I'd love to say logical, but let's just go with they're not acting correct, they're not being ethical. It's like the person who thinks they're too smart for everyone and anything. But for those of you needing to get out of this situation, it's not a situation I think that should be waited on any longer. It's one that appears to have some stalling ability to it. And there may be a fear factor going on here too, but happiness is on the other side of your fear. Seriously. So know that things are on a pause for some of you by divine intervention. Doing so to stop someone aggressive or an aggressive action of some sort. And that's good. Any other message? Ooh, look at that. Fool comes right on out. Ain't that something? Hard to see with the light. But there it is. So we have the Fool. So you have to choose a new journey. You have to understand you may not be, you may not be as trapped as you think you are. You may not be as stuck as you think you are. It is time for a new beginning. Moving into a place where, it's comfortable for you, where you can grow and manifest in a peaceful environment. Takes energy to do that, though. you got some fears to get over. You have some, you know, that concern about lonely and what's going to happen. You know, it's searching for an answer, but not, it's like letting others get into your head about what you're not capable of doing, what you can't do. And whoever these people are, they're having an effect. Wow. Well, I can only say if you're comfortable with the confusion, if you're comfortable with learning how to avoid, well, this looks like a top level lesson. But do not forget at any point you are the magician, you are the creator. Even if that creation is stopping, stalling, avoiding, you still creating it. So if necessary, it perhaps could be time to make use of this time out. Prince of the Chariot of Wands being here, King of Swords. You know, it's this egotistical energy that you may want to run back to. It could be I don't know why I'm feeling like, for some of you this is parents. If it's time to move out and you can, it's worth a try. It feels like the energy of having to deal with someone who's treating you like a child, or having to deal with someone who treats someone with less value than they deserve. Feels like someone who doesn't want another one to grow up. And that does have a timeout effect. And the Ten of Swords, interesting. And the Ten of Swords, it's someone who pushes their victim mentality on you. Wow. Actions to break the cycle. To break the cycle, the Last Judgment comes out. It's recognizing that the stalling or the lack of awareness or doubting yourself has an expense to it. It's a karmic expense that you create. It creates all types of issues in relationships, makes you a little unreachable in relations with others. It's like someone stops your growth. But the decision must be made, you know. Do you listen to the others, or do you do what is happy or healthy for sure? Healthy for self. Action. Lord of established strength, it really feels like, unless there's a healthy medical reason to be stuck in a certain situation or stagnant in a certain situation, it feels like it's not necessary to do that. But again, the choice must be made. This is the Lord of established strength. It's like the energy to me of someone who is able to delay the actions of other people with their great crowd wrangling, cat herding skills. And the Ten of Cups is the Lord of perfected success. So there's joy in this card. And there's happiness on the other side of establishing your own strength. Making decisions for self, for safety, perhaps to ease some types of negative conversations or fears or abuse. And there's wow, requires standing on your square for some. It may require like flying away from snake energies, realizing that others are really trying to slow you down, stop you from growing, maturing, moving on in some situations. Some know your greatness and have spent a very long time convincing you otherwise. Four of Cups is here in reverse. The Lord of Blended Pleasure is like somebody didn't get an opportunity to do certain things. So when they see that greatness in you, it bothers them and it makes them unhappy. It makes them feel like they're owed something, which is kind of sick. Queen of Wands, but she's in reverse, the Queen of the Thrones of the Flame. She looked crazy. She's always looked just off to me. And the Queen, I feel like, okay, she may be good looking. She may come across as really energetic, but there's ego here, right? And not saying that one has to be this, but this may be embodied in the person that's going to need to move out of said situation. Moving out of this timeout may take a fiery strength, may take more confidence than has been previously displayed, especially when dealing with selfish energies who've had your attention for a long time. Lord of Material Gain is the Nine of Pentacles. For those of you concerned with financial situations, if this is resonating with you, okay, in the Nine of Pentacles, we get a choice. And it's making a decision for self, no matter what, or more of this, do it this way, more direction from others, more talk, more control over your success and growth. For some of you, it's a feminine energy doing a lot of corralling of others to talk to you about the decisions you need to make. Six of Pentacles, wow. Lord of Material Gain, Lord of Material Success. So there is definitely someone stopping your growth. And that's money and material stuff right there. We've got the 6 and the 9, and I still go back to jealousy, envy. Somebody not wanting to see you grow. And maybe they don't realize that's what they're doing, but it is. But the choice to get over that must be yours. So growth is a choice at this time. The decisions to build for the self at this time. The decision to move away from damaging energies. Your choice at this time. And I don't see a true inability to move. I don't see inability to manifest what you desire. I see stagnant in thought. I see listening to fears. I see too much thought about past energies to even take notice of the growth and abundance that's over here and fresh and ready. So right now it's about awareness, time awareness, and moving to safer positions, better positions, higher ground. Now I'm hearing Stevie Wonder. Higher ground. Look up the song. Oh, that's lovely. Your numbers that I pulled before was 1, 0, and 8. So moving into new cycles, but the toolbox to do it is in the brain. So that's good. That is very good and easy on the whole luggage situation right there. It is. All right. Thank you so much for checking out this message. I hope that it was of use to you. And if not, stick around. I'm going to do more of these often. Thank you again for checking out Psi Divine. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification for all my updates so you don't miss a thing. Be well.